Hi, this is Crafty Sports coming to you just to do a bit of a recap review of the Chiefs versus Broncos Week 11 matchup. Unfortunately, the Chiefs lost the game. They dropped to 5-5. The Broncos jumped to 9-2, and any hopes that the Chiefs had of clawing back the division are now well and truly over. So yeah, that's a shame. But I would say the key things that resulted in the Chiefs losing this game and the Broncos edging it out. First of all, were penalties offensively against the offensive line, and penalties that we've been seeing all year long. With the special teams as well. Special teams has really struggled. Harrison Butker had a field goal, not field goal, a extra point blocked as well that was pivotal. And there was just so many penalties on the special teams. Butker also kicked out of the landing zone, so they had the ball at the 40. They went down. They scored a touchdown. So yeah, it was self-inflicted errors from the Chiefs. Mahomes didn't have his best day. But by his standards, he was missing receivers down the field. He was missing open throws to Worthy, to Tyquan Thornton. Rashee Rice was more or less non-existent in this game, had a couple of early drops, but struggled throughout, which was a real shame because we thought he was going to be a difference maker in this game. And then one of the other things that really annoyed me in this game was the run game. The Chiefs had the run game going quite well with Kareem Hunt. He was picking up some good yardage. And then they decided to run out the shotgun, which just hasn't worked and continues not to work. So just don't do it. And then they just went away from the run, which they were being effective with, which made them one-dimensional. And then it made the Broncos a lot easier to stop them, disrupting Mahomes. That being said, couple positives. Josh Simmons came back after 4 games away from the team, and he had a really good day. I think he had one call against him, but other than that, he dealt with the pressure of one of the best pass rushers in the league, Nick Bonito, very well. Tyquan Thornton had a really good game. He has 61-yard reception from Mahomes that set them up when they were down a touchdown to go in and. They did look like they'd taken control of the game at one point. Travis Kelce as well got his 84th touchdown for the Chiefs to become the Chiefs' all-time leading touchdown leader. So that was impressive for him. It looked like it was going to be the touchdown was going to win the game. Unfortunately not. We were tied at 19 apiece. And fair play to Bo Nix. I've got to give Bo Nix some credit. The Broncos didn't really get the run game going, but he made the plays when he needed to with his legs. Crucial 3rd and 15. If the Chiefs stop the ball there, they get the ball back, with a chance to go and win the game. And then also 3rd and 6. I don't know what the defense is doing. I don't know why you're doing simulated pressure and what have you at that moment in the game. But, he still got to complete the catch, and he did. To Troy Franklin that set up the game-winning field goal. So, definitely a tale of missed opportunities for the Chiefs. They definitely had their opportunities in this game. Mahomes himself even had opportunities towards the end of this game. Could have gone down and taken the lead and won the game, but gave the ball back to Bo Nix. Credit to the Broncos defense for the way that they played. Credit to the Chiefs defense for the majority of the game. I wanted to give a shout out to Jalen Watson. He had a really, really good game. Other than that one late reception, he was blanket coverage all day long. Very, very impressive. And also shout out to Chris Jones. He's taken a lot of flack this year, but he got a sack. He blew up some plays as well. He definitely had his best performance of the year so far. But despite that, the Chiefs still dropped to 5-5. They're just not a good fundamentally sound football team at this current moment, unfortunately. And some of that blame has to go to Patrick Mahomes, but also a lot of that blame needs to go to Andy Reid. The play calling in this game was pretty atrocious. Let's be honest with that. because why are you not, getting the run game going a bit more? That threat of the run game is what creates the chances in the passing game. They just didn't take advantage of, the light boxes that Denver was giving them to run the ball. They almost dared them to run the ball. They didn't run the ball. They were passing it. They became one-dimensional. And then that makes them a lot easier to stop, makes Mahomes a lot easier to stop. It's a shame. Big win for Denver. So impressive for them. But the Chiefs, this is back to the drawing board. They're not got an easy matchup next week either. They're playing the Colts, who are one of the better teams in the league right now. Obviously, I know they're probably not going to play a tougher defense than the Broncos. So there's some, credit in that. But, the Chiefs really need to get things going. They need to win this game against the Colts. And then, they've got somewhat of an easier schedule down the stretch. So, if they can rack off 7 wins, to go to 12-5, then that's what I want to see. But I don't know, man. There's some different feelings around this team. This team that has been so good in situational football, 1-score games. Last year, we had the record 17 wins in a row in 1-score games. And this year we're 0-4 in 1-score games. Really, really tough. But yeah, that'll just about end my recap of the game. Let me know your thoughts. As I said, follow me here on Crafty Sports 15 on YouTube. Follow me at Crafty Sports on Instagram. Follow me at Crafty Sports on TikTok as well. Let me know your thoughts of the game. Let me know what you think the Chiefs need to improve to go up the standings in the AFC, because currently they're outside the AFC playoff picture. Let me know your thoughts, and I will be back with a preview of Chiefs Colts later in the week. Thank you.